Then the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people who are in Egypt and have heard their cry because of their taskmasters. I know their sufferings, and I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians. Verses 13 through 15. Then Moses said to God, if I come to the people of Israel and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they ask me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. And so we need to get specific on who this God is. He says, I am who I am. He says, Yahweh. This name has been known by earlier generations. And as you see the name Yahweh in Scripture, it was given as a sign of God's presence in the life of Seth, another son of Adam and Eve after Cain and Abel. It was a name of God given to Noah and given to Abraham and given to Isaac and given to Jacob and also given to Laban, which is the father-in-law of Jacob. This name was recognizable to the Hebrew people. And so he says, Moses, remember where you come from. I am the God of your people. And the Lord said to Moses, say to Aaron, take your staff and stretch out your hand over the waters of Egypt, over their rivers, their canals, and their ponds, and all their ponds of water, so that they may become blood, and there shall be blood throughout all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called Moses and Aaron and said, plead with the Lord to take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let people go to sacrifice to the Lord. Then the magician said to Pharaoh, this is the finger of God. But Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he would not listen to them, as the Lord had said. So Pharaoh said, I will let you go to sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness, only you must not go very far away. Plead for me. Then Moses said, behold, I am going out from you, and I will plead with the Lord that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people tomorrow. For if you refuse to let them go and still hold them, behold, the hand of the Lord will fall with a very severe plague upon your livestock. But the Lord will make a distinction between the livestock of Israel and the livestock of Egypt, so that nothing of all that belongs to the people of Israel shall die. So they took the soot from the kiln and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses threw it in the air, and it became boils breaking out in sores on man and beast. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boils came upon their magicians and upon all the Egyptians. Then Pharaoh sent and called Moses and Aaron and said to them, this time I have sinned. The Lord is in the right, and I and my people are in the wrong. Plead with the Lord, for there have been enough of God's thunder and hail. I will let you go, and you shall stay no longer. And what is Moses saying in this moment to Pharaoh? You still are not ready to fall in worship. You still are stubborn. You still are caught in your own pride. You still will not give in to the presence of God. Then Pharaoh's servant said to him, how long shall this man be a snare to us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their God. Do you not yet understand that Egypt is ruined? Then the Lord said to Moses, stretch out your hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, a darkness to be felt. So Moses stretched out his hand toward heaven, and there was pitch darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. Then Pharaoh said to him, get away from me. I will continue to delay. Take care never to see my face again, for on that day you see my face, you shall die. Then the Lord said to Moses, Pharaoh will not listen to you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the people of Israel go out of his land. At midnight, the Lord struck down all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sat in his throne to the firstborn of the captive who was in the dungeon, and the firstborn of the livestock. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and the Egyptians, and there was great cry in Egypt. For there was not a house where someone was not dead. Then he summoned Moses and Aaron by night and said, "Up, go out from among my people, both you and the people of Israel, and go serve the Lord as you have said. Take your flocks and your herds, as you have said, and be gone. And bless me also." And the people of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 men on foot, besides women and children. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough when they had brought out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not wait, nor they prepared the provisions for themselves. God said to Moses, "I am who I am."